I'd like you to open up the exercise 5B titled Hatch. Hatch. Ever hear that word before? Maybe in an art class. Hatch. Hatch is a pattern of repeating line work that is used to fill in closed areas of different drawing elements. For example, we see here on the elevation of this house that on the roof there are a bunch of shingles. Now, you know what? I don't want to draw all those lines, and no one does. Same thing for the bricks. No one wants to draw all these bricks, okay? So Hatch will fill in the area with that pattern so you don't have to draw the individual elements. Here is some hatch that looks like rough stonework, maybe for like a fireplace or a stone wall, right? No one wants to draw all those lines to get that effect. So hatch will fill in a closed shape so you don't have to draw them one piece at a time. Here are some different rubble patterns. Here are some diagonal lines. Maybe in an art class you heard the term cross hatching, right? So that's maybe something familiar to you. On technical drawings, areas that have hatch inside them have a special significance. Okay, and then sometimes we see drawings like this. This is a geological survey drawing, and this shows different layers of strata. So what do we have? Well, we have different kinds of rock and underlayment, right? And the different kinds are called out by different patterns. So different flows from different volcano explosions at different times and different sedimentary layers. The pattern calls that out, okay? So that's what hatch is. AutoCAD's hatch tool is a drawing tool, and it's the last of the drawing tools that we haven't experimented with yet over here on the draw panel. If you click on hatch, you'll see some miraculous things happen right away. First, the ribbon changes. The ribbon changes completely. Now we are in hatch creation mode. And if you move your cursor over any closed space, you'll see that the closed space is being filled up with a pattern of lines. Okay, so what do we do to place a hatch? Well, we click. That's all. And I clicked the first box, and I'll hit enter, and now I've got a box full of diagonal lines. Okay, if you click on the hatch again, you'll see it's a single object. It's not a bunch of lines. It behaves like a single entity. And if we look at the ribbon is changed back to the hatch editor because maybe we don't like that pattern. Maybe we want a different pattern. Or maybe we want a solid fill. Maybe we don't like the scale of the pattern or the angle of the pattern. Okay? And this is stuff that we can change as we go. Hatch is kind of intelligent. If you take the box and grab its corner, grab the corner grip and pull it, and do you see how the hatch moves along with it? See, the hatch is going to follow the box edges no matter where they are or how big or how small they are. So that's another nice thing about hatch. If you have a change of heart and decide to make a change, no biggie, hatch will play nicely with you. Okay, so that is what hatch is. This pattern here is called ANSI 31. ANSI, American National Standards Institute, they're the ones that came up with the names for the different patterns. Okay, so now I'll go to the next box with the same pattern, ANSI 31, and I'll click in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change the scale because I want to see it. I want to show you how one pattern can look a lot of different ways. So if I change the scale to 2, hit enter, now the space is twice as big, right? And that's what the scale is, the spacing. So same pattern, same angle, just a bigger space. I'll go here and I'll do the ANSI 31. I'll leave the scale 2, but this time I'll change the angle. I'll change the angle to 45. And I'm going to just click inside that box and hit enter after I type 45. Now we see those 45-degree angles have been rotated another 45 degrees counterclockwise, so now they're going straight up and down. Okay, and we'll hit escape to get out, and then I'll hit hatch again, and now we'll go to this one. Now, something you're probably going to notice is it's remembering not only the pattern, but the scale and the angle of the last one we did. Okay, so I'm going to change the angle of this one to minus 45, and now it will rotate 45 degrees clockwise from the original. And hit enter. Okay, and now we have 4 different hatches. Each of them is an individual object. and could be deleted individually without affecting the others. Each of them could be selected and moved or copied individually. Because they were made as individual objects, one at a time. Now, if you had filled all of the boxes in at one time, different story. Here's what I mean. We'll go to ANSI 31. We'll go to 0 degrees, so it's at the normal angle. We'll go to the 2 scale, and I'll click, 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 and click, enter. Now, it's 4 different areas, but if you click any of the hatch anywhere, look what's happening. It's selecting all of them, right? Because they were all created with the same set of clicks. So now deleting one deletes all of them. So just be aware of that. You can have your hatches linked together, but if you want to have them individually, you have to select and create them individually.